Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Martin Dreyfus Show and welcome back to our continued coverage of the Russia and Ukraine crisis. Vladimir Putin spoke today about the crisis and I want to hear his thoughts. So without any further ado, here's President Vladimir Putin on his invasion of Ukraine.
They're still keeping them there as hostages, effectively. Neo-Nazis started shooting at the Chinese students who wanted to leave Kharkiv, and 2 of them got injuries. So hundreds of foreign citizens are trying to leave the shelling area, and they're effectively kept as hostages. And
that's insane how he tries to play that off. He legit just said, the people there are being kept hostage. The people fleeing are trying to flee the Ukrainian government. He's saying his prisoners of war are being held hostage by neo-Nazis who have fired on Chinese students, even though he would be the one who is firing on civilians, children, not him specifically, but his orders.
And they're being offered to go to Lviv and then immigrate to Poland that way. Our military have provided corridors in all areas of contact without exceptions, so that civilians, including foreign citizens, could leave the area.
Yes, they did agree today about the humanitarian crisis and that they would let civilians leave before they started having bloodshed. That does not mean Vladimir Putin is some sort of hero. Sorry, Vladimir.
Yes, I would like to emphasize again, nationalists are not allowing them to do this. Moreover, they are saying to foreign citizens to go to their authorities who need to address foreign ministry of Ukraine. Worse still,
he's lying, saying that, and he's even struggling to lie, I feel like, based on how the translator is going off here, but saying that the nationalists are speaking against the Ukraine government and that he's trying to help them, and this is just ridiculous. There's no way to censor all of social media, Vladimir. You're lying to yourself.
Neo-Nazis are treating their own population as human shields. Our military are also pointing out that in Donbass and Severodonetsk and Lysychansk and others, citizens who live in high-rise buildings are being forced to go to the lower floors, and they're
being forced because you're missiling their homes.
Cannons on the upper floors and other equipment, and they put snipers on top. This is how Nazis behave when Russians fought them, Germans in Ukraine. Unfortunately, we have losses, and our duty is to support the families of our military who are fighting for our people of Russia.
I mean, what is there to say here? This is the worst video of propaganda I could see.
All family members of all the fallen soldiers, they will receive.
Russian president, if you read down here, says Russians and Ukrainians are one people, even if many Ukrainians have been brainwashed. I don't even, like, your own people, are they brainwashed too, Vladimir? Because they don't agree with what you're doing either, so they must be brainwashed too. Actually, 141 countries are brainwashed. Make it 142 because your vote's irrelevant. And maybe Belarus might be irrelevant, but I don't know enough about them yet.
insurance payouts, and each member of their families will receive financial compensation. But moreover, I believe that it's necessary to set additional payments to the military and other forces that are participating in this operation in the amount of 5 million rubles. All military who are participating in this operation will also receive additional payouts, insurance payouts plus compensation for any injuries.
That is heartbreaking, that video of Borodianka, Ukraine, right there. I mean, it looks like that used to be one building and the whole center of it's completely gone.
If a soldier is not able to continue his military service as a result of this operation, they will receive a payout of 2.9 million rubles, and this has been put in law already. I also believe we need to ensure additional payments to the staff of the Ministry of Defense and any injured personnel in the amount of 3 million rubles. I would like to emphasize again that our officers and soldiers are fighting for Russia, for the peaceful life of citizens of Donbass, to demilitarize and denazify Ukraine,
So if you're trying to bring back the Donbass region, the easternmost part of Ukraine, that's your goal, right? Why are we in the center of Ukraine invading Kiev? Why are we blowing up Borodianka? I don't know how far east that is, but nonetheless. What does it have to do with Chernobyl in the south? You're not freeing just the Donbass region, according to you. You're freeing the entirety of the brainwashed citizens of Ukraine, aka the people who don't want to be freed by you. But they're brainwashed, and because they must be crazy not want to be freed by you, right, Vladimir?
We do not have anybody who is threatening us at our borders, including threatening us with nuclear weapons. And we are proud with our military. We will remember our fallen comrades. We will do everything to support their family, their children, to support their education. And I ask you to honor them with a minute of silence.
I'm not sitting there. He didn't even give them a whole minute. He gave them 10 seconds. He didn't even give them a whole minute. I just skipped forward.
And I ask you...
He stands up at 4:28. He sits back down at 4:44. That's 16 seconds.
Уважаемые товарищи, хочу сказать, что специальная военная операция идет в строгом соответствии с...
Dear comrades, I would like to say that special military operation is being conducted strictly in accordance to the plan and schedule. All objectives that were set are being resolved or achieved successfully. And our Minister of Defense will give more details.
That's all. That's the end of Putin speaking. We don't need to go any further. I'm not one to be able to state what his objectives are. Neither is the West, and if they're being achieved properly. I'm assuming running out of fuel to get to Kiev was not part of the plan. But I don't know, right? Maybe that was the idea. Have your troops stall out so we can play Call of Duty click drones and blow them up in Ukraine, right? I know that's a harsh way to say it, but that's what's happening. Ukraine has their drones and they can just point, click, boom, blow up. You stalled them out. Was your plan to get them all murdered? I don't know. I mean, based on how you speak in your perspective of life, I don't know. If the world who wants everyone to be independent and free is Nazi, that must mean that for you, normalcy would be everyone listening to you without saying a word, similar to Hitler, right? So That's all I got to say about that. That's Vladimir Putin's press conference. The rest is going to be the general minister, prime minister, defense. I was more curious about what he had to say.